All right.
Hey,
There we go.
Wild card games are done. Hey Pat. Um you said that the storyline you were looking forward to the most was the Rams Lions. Did it live up to your expectation, or did you find another storyline to be maybe a little more exciting, or did this one do it?
It was good. It was. It was a close game, and I mean the way Detroit fans came out for Jared Goff was amazing. I mean the chants of Jared Goff was echoing through there, and then having Eminem there, and like it was a spectacle. It was good.
Yeah. Eminem was putting out some videos too beforehand, talking to Stafford, asking him to please just let them have this one.
I saw that. That was a little weak. You should have said we're just going to take it from you. You're from Detroit, 8 Mile. Like,
yeah.
Are you the one that went to the all boys school?
He should have came up with some sort of.
Your team, but
yeah, I know. Yeah, you're right. He should have came up with some sort of rap battle, just roast Stafford and the whole team somehow. You know?
Oh, you shut up. I mean, anyone who talks on Eminem ends up getting battled against him, anyways. So, like, then you just went soft. Like,
yeah,
whatever.
He was saying, "Please, could you please give us? Just give us one."
I rapped for you. I rapped for you.
I rapped for you, man. It's so unlike him.
It is his job to rap for people. So,
and what you think, Jay?
Yeah, great game. I saw you were a little upset about that no call at the end there.
Yeah, I didn't like that. You know what? Initially, as it was happening, I didn't see it. I didn't catch it myself. It was during the replay that I went, "Oh crap! This guy's being grabbed and held and everything." But you know, bang bang play, as they say in basketball. Sometimes, you know, I don't know.
Oh, you slow anything down enough, you see all kinds of stuff. So it's like,
yeah.
But that was the closest game of the whole weekend. Everything else were blowouts.
Yeah. Yeah. Miami. Damn.
I mean, the Cowboys just like
the Cowboys. Jesus.
But it was. I said it. It's too much pressure. Like. The kids on the other side had nothing to lose, and they came out and they played that way. And Dak did Dak things.
He did.
Cowboys fans cried, and TV sales going up this week. So hey.
Yeah. Any other games, Jay, that you found interesting, or just the one? Because everything kind of sucked for the most part.
Yeah. I don't really like watching blowouts. Yeah. So. Just the one.
Yeah, the closer games are definitely. I mean, you know what? As far as the picks go, mine's easy. I got all the AFC right, and I got all the NFC wrong. So those are my picks.
I was good until I went with my heart and took the Steelers.
Yeah, and Cleveland.
Yeah. I mean, it was Cleveland, and that was a shocker to me. Their defense was just. They weren't there. And then Flacco looked like Flacco 5 years ago, just throwing pick after pick, like back-to-back picks. So it was like the first half was good, and then start out the second half and maybe make it a real good game, and boom, you're down an extra 14, 21 points, and then it was over with.
That was it. Yeah. Houston took that one. Miami, KC. Steelers, Buffalo. That one, like you said, it was probably going to get postponed, and it did.
Yeah. It was. Still, I think they should. I'd rather have them played or postpone it again because Pittsburgh didn't show up. So give us an extra day to not show up again.
I was a little bit surprised with the Eagles, but you mentioned they were having some issues there, and it kind of showed a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that it was a Monday games, but like the talk on Tuesday, I hear how they want to get rid of their coach, and I'm like, he's been there like 4 years. He's been to the playoffs 3 times and went to the Super Bowl. Like, you're winning a ton of games and you're winning games in the playoffs. I understand this year you guys faltered at the end, but still, like, they're quick to throw him under the bus, but then there's another team in the same state. They praise how good of a job he's doing, and he hasn't won a playoff game since 2016. So it's a nice little double standard there.
Yeah. Did you watch that game, Jason?
Yeah.
You get a chance to watch?
Yeah. It's like the Eagles had no heart, man. Yeah, something's definitely wrong there. I can see why they would want to make some kind of change, and it's always the coach that gets fired first, unfortunately. But something's definitely off with that team. You can see it. I mean,
Yeah, you called it, Paz. Like, they're definitely not. Didn't seem like they were working together. And then at some point, I think it was a tight end that was yelling at the quarterback, or somebody was yelling at.
Everybody was yelling at the quarterback. Everybody was yelling at each other. I mean, I think you start off 10-1, and you're walking around, everything's smelling roses, and then next thing you know, you lose a game, then and then it just steamrolls, and then I think just the emotion of it all, they just kept on tumbling down. So I mean, it was just a downward spiral for them that they weren't going to be able to get out of, and I guess there was player-only meetings leading up to the playoff game, and that just says a lot about the coach and the team. Just maybe they didn't want to play for him anymore if they had issues, or I don't know. It's a lot of egos, and like they weren't one. They were all for themselves and not for the team. So everybody wants to yell at everybody, and it's going to go quarterback makes all the bad decisions or makes all the great plays, but everything's going to go to the quarterback, and then it's going to go to the coaches, and then it's going to go to, that's pretty much it.
To the rest.
Yeah. But it's hopefully they can regroup and get better, and then come out and play like what we thought they were the past 3 years.
Yeah, but without their all-pro center, Kelsey, I mean, he's retiring now, so
I don't know if I don't know. I mean, I heard he was, and he talked about it, and then I heard, I guess on his podcast, he said he wasn't. So, I mean, who knows?
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, they're going to wave a bag of money, and he's like, all right, 1 more year. But I don't know. He's doing well on the outside of football right now. I mean, the sexiest man alive and all kinds of good stuff. So you can ride that gravy train.
Yep. We talked Rams, Detroit, and then Dallas, Green Bay. I took Dallas. I was a bit surprised. I mean, you called that one, Pat. Said there was going to be a lot of love there, and there was.
Oh, that first half! Wow. Like, it was bad. Like, we were sitting at the bar for a friend of ours' birthday watching that game, and the very beginning of the game, they did a quick little pan over to Dak, and I saw his face, and I was like, oh, he's done with. Like, they're done. Like, Dak's.
Why he wasn't doing the thing?
He looks scared. Like, there's this one part. I mean, he just looks scared, and they just kicked the ball off. Like, I want my quarterback, like, on my defense going, get me the ball. We're going to go score. Like, go there. And then Green Bay just drove it down them. I mean, for a team that's supposed to have a really good defense, nothing. Like, they couldn't stop the run. They couldn't stop the pass. I mean, Love looked like he's been in the league for 20 years, and this is what he does for a living. I mean, they all look fantastic. And then they get out there, they stop them, get the ball back, score again. Dak throws a pick, and I'm like, done. Like, done. Then he throws a pick 6 at the end, like at the almost very end of the half. And I'm like, this is getting bad. This is 27-0. And granted, I mean, he did get him back, but he almost threw a third pick in the end zone. It hit the defensive guy in the hand. So it's like, if that pick would have went in there, and then I'm like, all right, it's like you're done. Like, this is it. I mean, he did end up throwing for like 400, 500 yards, but it was garbage.
Yeah, that was ugly as can be.
Yeah.
You watched that one too, Jay, or no?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Aaron Jones ran all over him. Yeah, like you said, Love picked him apart, and the Cowboys played scared. You know, they played like all the pressure was on them. So I had a feeling that could happen. I just thought Dallas would come prepared this time, but you should never bet on Dallas.
They will let you down.
Interesting stat. Houston has more playoff wins than Dallas does in the last 25 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And then Green Bay has won more home playoff games in that stadium than Dallas has.
Oh, dang it. That's great.
It's not. I mean, you get into these things where it's the pressure of the world's on you to perform, and now you're just trying to do everything perfect, and like no one's going to do everything perfect. So then you're just going to mess up, and then it's magnified because you get the star in your helmet, and Jerry Jones is up there, like maybe dying. I don't know.
Possibly. It's very possible.
And then you got to listen to Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, exactly.
you can listen to us afterwards too.
Yeah.
Are you guys surprised they kept McCarthy?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Like, Belichick's out there.
Yeah.
Vrabel's out there. I mean, there's some good coaches that are out there that, like, you bring Belichick in. Granted, I think he only needs like 16 wins till he's got the all-time record. Or no, he needs like 20-something wins to get the all-time record in wins. So, you got Belichick for 3 years. So, why not? At least they will be prepared. I mean, that's one thing with Belichick's teams. They might not be the most star-studded teams, but they're always the most prepared.
That's true.
So, they'll at least be prepared. Like, why they kept McCarthy, I don't know.
I didn't know he was that close to getting the all-time record. Who is the winningest coach? Is it is it Shula?
Yeah, I think it's Don Shula.
It is? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe he just tries to break that and he's out, maybe.
Probably.
He's 80-something, or I don't know if he's 80-something, but he's pretty close. Like,
yeah.
Once you get into those numbers right there, you're going year by year.
Yeah, it might be another 3 seasons before he does it.
Yeah.
So that's tough.
Yeah, like,
that's a tough one.
Yeah. I mean, if you can get some 10-win teams, then you'll have it done in 2.5 seasons and you'll be good. But he needs to get another Super Bowl to say he could do it without Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Because if not, it's still Tom. Because Tom got one without him. So if Tom never got one, then they needed each other.
Yeah.
It was Kobe without Shaq. He needed to get one, and he got it.
Shaq got one too without Kobe, so
yeah, he got it first, didn't he? He got it first.
Yeah, with Miami. Yeah, with Miami.
Ass taste.
Yeah.
Well, Green Bay's got to go to San Francisco, so that's not going to be easy.
It's a familiar foe. I think they played the most in the playoffs, those two teams against each other. I think they might have the record of the most times that they've faced each other, those two teams, Green Bay and San Francisco. So, granted, all new cast of characters. Who knows? I mean, are they rusty for sitting out a week? Green Bay going in there playing with house money and just going to go have fun again. I mean, they looked great. I mean, the wide receivers were wide open every single time, like wide open.
Yeah, I I sense a Green Bay pick coming up soon here. So you got Tampa and Detroit.
Detroit.
Damn, man.
Yeah, I'm going Detroit on that one.
Yeah, nobody. Okay, all right. Yeah, me too.
I think Tampa has a shot. You know, anybody still in it has a shot. But yeah, I think Detroit, they're going to be fired up again.
The party hasn't stopped.
No, it has not.
I mean, it's Eminem should walk him out of the tunnel, and the whole stadium should just be completely black, and then one spotlight coming down on Eminem, and he does Lose Yourself, and then the whole team runs out. I mean,
yeah,
just that the place won't stop rocking.
Oh, you should do that thing where he did a while back, where they all just dye their hair blonde, and it's just like 1,000 of them walking out there.
Maybe they should. You know, Detroit. If my prediction of Detroit making the Super Bowl, which is the only one still left, every Detroit fan should just dye their hair blonde and just be in the stadium, and that would be a good one there.
Even that old guy they kept showing in the stands.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That guy was great, man.
Oh, he's great. 65
years.
The
real winner of it all.
Yeah, he stuck through it all, man. That's crazy. 65 years season ticket holder. I think it was 65, something like that.
Yeah, a long time.
Oof, man. We didn't make a shit. Sorry, go ahead, man.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, I mean, Detroit does go to the Super Bowl. Like, sign Megatron and Barry Sanders to a one-day contract, just get them in uniform, and then hopefully win it so they can get rings. That'd be great.
That'd be cool.
That's a good idea.
Maybe on the kneel down, you just give Barry Sanders the ball. He had negative 1 yards in the Super Bowl. He'd probably run and still run past everybody else because he's that good.
Yeah.
Man, he was amazing, bro.
He was.
I loved watching that guy.
He was human Tekken Ball.
You guys got to see that documentary, Bye Bye Barry. It's on Amazon Prime. Great documentary about it.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. I just got done watching the Argentina documentary.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen one. Yeah, I haven't seen either. The Barry sounds interesting. I see it on there. I just haven't gone to it yet, but I gotta check it out. I just like the running backs from back then, like Thurman Thomas and Emmitt Smith and all those guys back in the day, man. I love the running backs back in the day.
Yeah. LT.
Eric Dickerson.
Yeah, Dickerson, LT, all those guys, man.
Yeah.
So good.
Jerome Bettis was always I love Jerome. I mean, being a Steeler fan, it's just
man.
I think he had the quote where you need a yard, I'll get you 2. You need 2, I'll get you 2. You need 3, I'll get you 2. It was just like, I'll get you 2. But he'll just pound it down. But he did have like a great fantasy stat of like 3 touchdowns, -1 yard. So it's the weird things with fantasy football.
Yeah. Yeah, he was great too. He was fun to watch too. What else? We actually didn't make the pick here on the Green Bay Frisco.
Oh, Jason?
I'm going Frisco. I went to a preseason game there against the Chargers. Crazy atmosphere, even for preseason. Those fans are nuts. I think, and they have a complete team. So I'm going Frisco. The Cinderella story ends here, I think.
No love, huh?
No love.
All right, yeah, no, same. San Francisco it is, man. I think they get it.
Yeah, there's just way too much talent on San Francisco, and they're rested, and it's in San Francisco. So yeah, it's probably. I don't think it's going to be the point spread of what it is. I think the point spread right now is like 9.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to beat him by more than 9. I think it'll be a little bit closer, but yeah, San Francisco is going to win.
You know, it's kind of interesting I was interested in knowing what the line was for the games, but I I didn't have it. Do you guys have the line for these games by
Yeah.
chance? You said it was
I
9
got,
for
I
this
got all
one?
the lines. Yeah,
Oh,
San
okay.
Francisco is minus 9.5.
Minus 9.5.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. And
But
then
yeah, I mean,
the Tampa, Detroit.
Tampa, Detroit is 6.5.
And we all took Detroit on that one.
Yeah.
So by a touchdown, basically. Damn. Okay.
Yeah, and that 6.5 is weird because it's like it's Vegas. I think that Vegas is messing with you, thinking like Detroit barely beat the Rams by 1 point, and then the Buccaneers trounce Philly. So I think they want everyone to take Philly or take the Buccaneers. But the week before, the Buccaneers scored 9 points against Carolina. So it's like I think Detroit's going to throw up points no matter what. It's just if their defense and their secondary can stop them. I think Hutchinson is just a maniac. He's going to get after Baker, and he'll get him a couple times, and they'll do enough. But I think they'll cover the spread too.
They'll cover it. Okay. What's next, Jason? Let's just look over here.
Now we got,
Easier.
Texans Ravens are Saturday also.
Okay. Yeah, Ravens. I mean, that's my Super Bowl pick. So
Yeah.
Ravens it is on that one.
Yeah,
I think you took them too, right, Jason?
Yeah, I took him too, but I mean, Houston looked great. CJ Stroud, I mean, if anyone can pull off this upset, CJ Stroud, man, yeah,
He looks good.
Easy rookie of the year.
yeah,
Yeah, I kind of like the Texans in this one, mostly just because
Do it.
Just because it's the same division as Pittsburgh. The Ravens only lost 3 games this year. 2 of them were against Pittsburgh.
wow,
Pittsburgh was not good at all. Like the first time that they played, I think they were up by like 10 points in the first half, and then the second half they couldn't score and couldn't move the ball. So they become a predictable offense, and they can get caught in their ways. And I think Houston has enough firepower where they can throw up points, whether it's running the ball or throwing the ball. And I think they can do more than what Baltimore can do. And so whoever gets the ball first and gets punched in the face to see how they react.
yeah, we'll see. That Ravens defense can be tough too, and they signed Dalvin Cook. We'll see if he has anything left in the tank there.
He didn't have anything left in the tank at the beginning of the year. But I mean, that point spread's 9.5 too. I mean, they have the Ravens favored by almost 10 points.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean,
Dang.
I'm taking. I mean, I would take the money line for the Texans. Got to be fantastic. I don't have that in front of me, but I'll take the Texans and the points and that.
Yeah.
Like,
I think I would too.
yeah, it's to me, it's like that's a lot. I know we had all the blowouts last week, but I don't know. I mean, I think it'll be closer than that.
Yeah.
So all 3 games so far are like at least 9 points. Or no, one was like 6.5, right? I think.
Yeah.
Detroit. Oh, okay, yeah. Damn. So 2 over 9 and then the 6.5. That's crazy, man.
Yeah. But yeah, I got the Texans. I'm switching out Browns to Texans. So
Do it. All right. And then this one's interesting. KC and Buffalo.
all right. Buffalo's favored by 2.5.
2.5. Okay.
Yeah, this is the toughest game. What do you guys think?
Shit, I don't know.
Kansas City still can't catch the ball. So I know they scored some points on Miami, but Miami had no defense. I think their whole secondary and linebacker core was hurt. And they moved the ball well against them. I don't know. It's Mahomes' first road playoff game, believe it or not.
It's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Damn. And didn't they have a little bit of a thing going on too within the team? I know Mahomes had been upset there for a few games.
Yeah, his receivers can't catch the ball. Like Kadarius Toney, like he's the last pick on our Turkey Bowl team because we know he can't catch the ball. Like it's so bad.
Hey, Rice can catch though.
Rice can catch, yeah, he's coming along. Rice can catch, but other than that, Kelsey's getting double teamed, and then you have Rashee Rice.
Yeah,
and I don't know what happened to Sky Moore. I'm gonna have to go talk to his uncle. It's not good. Like he fell off, and then Kadarius Toney's Scantling, like Watson, all these guys that they're not coming through for Patty Mahomes, and Patty Mahomes can only do so many Patty Mahomes things in a game for them to win it. And it's on the road.
Yeah,
and it's on the road. Yeah. How about on the Buffalo side?
Their defense is just. They lost everybody on defense last week against Pittsburgh. I think they lost like 3 guys that are going to be out. So,
yeah,
and it's going to be bad weather. And I mean, this is like that. It's a tough one. Like,
and can you trust Josh Allen in the big game?
Is Josh Allen going to do that Josh Allen thing, or is he going to tuck it and run it when he should run it, like he did against Pittsburgh? I mean, that run he had against Pittsburgh was insane.
Yeah, I have a hard time going against Mahomes. I'm going KC. I can't do it.
I know.
That's a tough one.
Like, the question is if Kansas City was at home, who are you taking? It's a little bit easier to say. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
I'm
and it's not like the weather is going to be different than Kansas City. They're both horrible places to play outside, and they play outside. So it's not a dome team going to the cold weather.
Yep.
It's 2 horribly bad weather teams playing against each other in bad weather. So,
but those fans are going to be pumped to get their shot at KC.
Oh yeah.
I think I saw they're 3-3 against each other.
Yeah.
So it's pretty even. And the Bills Mafia is going to be there, so who knows?
Yeah, I'm going with my heart. I'm going Buffalo.
Buffalo. I knew it.
In my head, I think KC is going to get it, but I'll go with my heart. I hate KC. So.
Yeah, I know you do. I just hate his stupid haircut. I don't like the haircut.
And his voice, man, Kermit the Frog.
And his voice, I don't like the way he runs. Yeah, all this stuff, dude.
He's whining to the referees.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the video with him doing an interview with like Jimmy Kimmel, and then they switch it over to McBride from Eastbound and Down?
He looks like it.
I
think I did.
You close your eyes, and the whole time you don't know who's talking. It's phenomenal. Every time I see him, I just see him just spiking American flag down in Mexico and just giving the DX chops.
That's great.
Oh my god, I can't stand the guy, but yeah, between him and his wife and dancing with what's her face and Taylor Swift and the whole deal, man. Yeah, but I just can't do it. I'm taking him, KC.
I think Buffalo. I mean, I think they might have figured something out halfway through the year. So I just still don't like. I don't trust Kansas City's offense to do much. I mean, I think Buffalo will. I think if it's close, Buffalo will win. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Buffalo.
I've heard an interesting theory about KC's offense because I watched a lot of PTI on ESPN, and Michael Wilbon's a huge, he's a Bears fan his whole life, and he hates Matt Nagy, and he's the offensive coordinator of KC now, and he says Matt Nagy ruined KC. He ruined their offense because he doesn't know what he's doing. So
that is true.
Oh man, All right. Well, your Super Bowl is pick is out, Pat, because you went with Cleveland. I don't know why the hell you would do that, but you
Well, I
went
mean,
with
I went with
Cleveland.
teams that were playing that week. You guys decide we're just going to wait till next week's teams play. I understand. I know, but I take the de facto. I'm going to take. It's going to be now. It's going to be
So now it's
Houston, Detroit.
Houston, Detroit. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, Jason and my pick are still there, so we'll sticking with it. See what happens with that.
It helps out when you take the bye week teams as your Super Bowl picks.
Yeah.
It's a safer bet, man. Oh,
Yeah.
It is. It is. You can make it.
All right.
Man.
Any final thoughts on this? On what's I mean, not too much in the storylines going on there, but
What do you guys? Yeah, I mean, KC Buffalo's got to be the closest game, we think, right?
It's got to be. You would think, but
point spread wise, yeah. I mean, it's a coin flip either way on it. I mean, the Texans Ravens game, I think, is going to shock a lot of people. I think they just look at the Texans as, oh, they picked second in the draft last year. They were horrible. What are they doing now? And they're playing well. I mean, if CJ Stroud didn't get hurt, he very well could have been the MVP. He missed 4 games during the year, and they lost 3 of the 4. And he very well could have got them winning. So, I don't know. I don't think the moment's ever going to be too big for him coming out of Ohio State and playing in those college playoff games, playing like the Michigans and playing like all the rivalry games that college does. Crowd-wise, I don't think that's going to bother him too much, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, he looked great last week, but they were in Houston. That's the thing. He'll be on the road this time.
Yeah.
It'll be fun to see, man.
The Lions game is going to be fun. I'm definitely tuning into that one. I mean, I have a friend of mine who I just found out today has never been to Michigan, but he's a huge Detroit Lion fan and a huge Wolverine fan. And I found out he's never been to Michigan.
Wow. Who's that, Duncan?
No.
I think that game's going to be a little closer than we think. That Detroit-Tampa. I think it's going to be close.
Yeah.
I don't think it is. I think
you think it'll be a blowout?
I think they'll win by 10. I think Detroit is going to be so fired up. That coach just has them going. I think the whole atmosphere there, they said it was like the most expensive for a ticket, like average price for a ticket ever.
Really?
So the people who are paying to go there, they're gonna get their money's worth. They're gonna be loud. Like it's gonna be an atmosphere there. And if they win that game, I mean it's good. Hopefully the Packers win and they'll have another home playoff game.
How's Tampa's defense against the run? Is it pretty good? Because Detroit was just like running it down the Rams' throats for like that whole first half, man. They just kept running that ball.
Well, they have 2 running backs, 2 really good running backs in Gibbs and Montgomery. I mean, they're both really good. And when you can get 100% of both those guys with resting them, so they're never ever getting tired and you're just getting punched over and over again, and your defense has to stay out there, it's tough. Now, do they do it and just continue to do it? I mean, Detroit did play a game where they pretty much ran the ball, and it was like Gibbs' breakout game, and they won pretty handily there. Like, then no one was stopping them in the fourth quarter. So,
yeah, man. Yeah. The Rams definitely had a tough time with that. They kind of stopped it in the second half, quite a bit. But yeah, that first half, man, they were just running it crazy on them.
Well, the Rams are coached well too, so they will make the adjustments that's needed. And then who knows how the Buccaneers are going to do?
Yeah,
I forgot
I
that
don't,
coach's name.
I don't know much about their D if they're good at, or not. To be honest with you.
Yeah, but
All right, man. Well, I'm ready. I still think that one's going to be a little close. At Detroit, Tampa, we'll see. San Francisco, I think gets that.
well,
Sorry,
we
Green
locked it
Bay.
in. Next week we only have 2 games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. If you guys want to come on next week, we'll do it again and see where we're at.
All right, that sounds good.
Cool, man. Cool. Hey, how are your Angels gonna do?
I think with no expectations and everybody's dogging them, I think they'll do well.
Yeah.
They got along. I like the fact that like
Oh man.
they have a lot of young kids. Like Zach Netto's is going to be a future star at shortstop. Nolan Shanwell, the first baseman, he was drafted 3 months prior to him coming in and playing first base last year. So they've got kids that are a year or 2 removed from college, playing at a great level. So I think they'll do good. I think if they can just go have fun and not worry about it and not have all that pressure on them, I think Mike Trout, as much as great as he is, I think he just puts too much pressure on himself to win, and then it becomes too tense in the locker room and nobody can live up to it. So we'll see.
Yeah, no, he's amazing. I wish I've said this for years now. I wish he would just go to another team and just win. Even though he's nearby, I get to see him live. I just wish he would win, man. He needs to get into the playoffs. Huh?
You want him to go to the Dodgers too?
I just want him to go somewhere where he has a chance to maybe see what he can do in the playoffs. I know he's only played 1 or 2 games, whatever it was that season.
They played 3 games.
3. I mean,
3 games.
that sucks, man.
Socha ruined that team on that playoff thing. You have to have momentum, and like with baseball, it's not taxing like basketball or football. I mean, my body style is Hall of Fame body style in baseball. Not that athletic. I mean, these guys are a lot athletic, but I mean, you play every day. And that leading up to that playoff thing, they clinched it with 2 weeks left in the season, and he sat everybody down. And at the time when they clinched it, they were running 9 to 10 points, 9 to 10 runs a game. And then as soon as they clinched and they started resting everybody, they went from 9 to 10 to 2. And then once they got back into the playoffs and was ready to go, they didn't have any bats. And then they just get swept out. So there's a reason why wildcard teams always make it to the World Series.
Yeah, man.
Because they're fighting for their life for a month or 2 to get there. And then every game, it's let's go out, let's go do it. And that's why you'll always see a wild card team. Arizona last year.
Yeah,
Texas,
I'm glad they changed it.
Both wild cards.
Yeah, I didn't like the 1 game thing. I don't know if you like that or not, but I didn't like it.
Nah.
The 1 game playoff, it was anything can happen in 1 game, and the best team's out. It was stupid.
Well, I mean, I don't like the bye week. I mean, I think it's detrimental to the teams that do really well, like Atlanta and the Dodgers and teams that have to wait 3 or 4 games before they do play. I think if you're not in that game ready to go play, you're not there. But I mean, Dodgers haven't won anything forever. I mean, the COVID one was they lucked into that one. But other than that, they're great in the regular season and just not ready for the playoffs. But I think they have that Dallas effect to them, where the expectations of them being so you have to do this, the fun of the game goes away, and then that's why you have Mookie and Freddie Freeman going 2 for 22.
Ooh, it was terrible. So, yeah, it was bad.
And the Kershaw just throws home runs.
Oh my god, I don't. Who knows what's gonna happen with that guy? I don't think they signed him or anything. I don't think. But
He's going to be a Dodger. They'll wheel him out there to throw pitches.
yeah, I wonder if he could be that guy where he understands he's not gonna be like the number one guy, and you just kind of got to chill out a little bit.
Well, I mean, he would be better served coming in like September and playing for 3 months. Like, don't waste all your talent and and everything that you have in the first 3 months of the year. It's a long season.
Very
We
long.
just need you at the very end of the season.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, we shall see, man. They got a couple of Japanese players now on the team. We'll see what they can do.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. $45 beers.
$45 beers, yeah. You got to sneak some in. All right, man. Well, yeah. All right. Well, we'll get to it next week. See what's up.
All right, good luck, everybody.
All right.
All right. Peace.
Bye. Bye.
Smash and like.